Alright, Secret DIY here. Today on this Fantabulous episode I'm going to be showing you how I'm going to be putting some old doors I'm going to try and obviously repair and make new into here. I'm going to try and do it as cheap as possible on a budget. Now, what you've just seen in the intro there is me putting a rebate in, which is here. I put a rebate in there, like so. And basically what happens is, with the rebate, that all that's going to happen, it's going to go and I'm going to build a frame and the rebate's just going to go on like that. Then all I'm going to do is I'm going to screw through the rebate. So I'll be screwing through these top bits here, these bits here. So the screws will go through there. We put some of this glue on. There we go, I don't know if you can see it. Polyurethane glue, and basically it's from Lumberjack wood adhesive, and it's high professional gradings for outside and inside wherever, and it's a foam, so it turns into a foam, and then basically you just rip the foam bits off and it dries within 5 minutes, so it's spot on for a job like this. So that's the start. So basically what I'm doing, the plan is now, the first bit is I'm going to get me obviously my frame set up, get all my frame set up, show you how to get the frame set up. Just so you've got an idea, basically I measured the top here, and that measured at 960, then I measured the bottom, and that measured in 955, so you've got to go off your bottom bit, you've got to go off your bottom measurement, because obviously if you go off your top measurement, which is the tight sizes, and then you go off your bottom measurement, they're not going to fit. And then what I've done is off the 955, I've taken off 5mm. So when I've set my frame up, it should hopefully just push in nicely. Push in lovely. Get my wedges in each side. Level it all off nice. And I'll just be able to drill it through. Drill it in. And then put the expanding foam on the side. And that should seal it all in. Ready for the doors to come in. And then, once we've got that, we can get the doors all obviously squared off, because it's an old door. Get that squared off. Do my measurements. And I can make my other panel, because the doors are ultimately, this is 900 wide, and my doors are only going to be 750, so I'm going to have to do an added feature, which I'll have to bolt at the top and the bottom in place, so then the door shuts. And then if we need, because what's happening is this garage is only the throwaway. Sorry, this garage is the only way that I can get anything in big. So if I want a 3-piece suite, or I want anything, goes through here, into there, and that's how we got our fridge in. So this needs to be this wide so I can get the stuff in. So anyway, enough rambling. With that said, let's get cracked on. Now we're on our second step now. So the first step was to put the rebate in. The second step is to obviously fix the rebate to obviously your leg. So I've got the head here, I've got the leg, and that's all it is. Basically that goes from there to there. But before we do that, I'm going to get myself a drill bit here, and I'm going to drill through this here like so, just to give it a helping hand. Once we've done that, we've got this screw. This is the tapered screw, so it helps, it stops it from splitting, the wood splitting. So then we go through there like that, and then we're on our way then. Obviously we've got our glue. There's the glue, you might be able to see it a bit better now. There's the glue. Glue's going to go across here, like so. Drill it all up lovely. And then we're on to the next step of obviously squaring the frame up then. So that's how you got your header, and there you go, as you can see. That's the step. So, with that said, let's get cracked on. So we're on step 3 now, and basically what I've gone and done is on the frame, I've gone and laid the frame on the floor. Obviously I've drilled the top, which you just seen a minute ago, and I've gone and put all these braces going across here, and a brace going across here as well. That's all sounds a pound, and that basically just keeps it all together for when you're ready for it all to go in, when you're ready for the full frame to go in. And all I've done down the bottom is I've got to put another brace going across, but I've basically had to measure whatever the top is, your brace has to be the same at the bottom. So everything's at the bottom, which I'll show you now. And then what that does, that keeps everything all in line, it keeps everything ready, in line. So when you put the frame in, you can attach everything, you can attach your hinge side first, get all that attached in nice, then everything else just falls into place. So that's going to be the next step. Basically you need to cut these edges off here, make sure they're all flush with the frame. Once you've done that, then you can just put the frame in, and that'll be the next step. Obviously make sure that it all fits, and then we'll get on to cutting down the door, getting the door fitted, and then getting it all hinged up and that. So let's get cracked on. So now that bit's done, obviously I'll show you, I'm going to do the rest off camera, but you'll be able to see the bit in a minute, and I'll show you the bracing at the bottom. And also all I did is to secure these, just use the nail gun. You can use anything you want, you can use screws, obviously you can tap nails in with a nail and hammer, or all you need to do is be mindful of that, the less holes you put in everything, less prep you have to do later on, because obviously ultimately you'll have to fill all these up, even though probably the architrave that'll go around will probably cover it, but you never know. So here we are. There we go. There's the frame, there's all at the bottom. There's everything, there we go, there's everything at the bottom, all the way across. And just remember, from there to the other side here, they all have to be the same, exactly the same height as the top, ready for the frame going in. So I'll get these sawed off, I'll show you make sure the frame's fitting, and that's stage 3 out the way. Happy days. So the point is now what I'm going to do is I've basically got my spirit level, got my 6 foot level, and I finally got the frame in. I've cut the everything down at the bottom to my desired size. All I did there is I measured the door, I measured from inside to the bottom of what the door was, and then I added 6mm on. The reason I added 6mm on, I added 3mm for the top and 3mm for the bottom, and that should give us all the gaps that I need. And then obviously when the next door goes, the door should come around about here. Once the next door bit goes on in there, that will basically obviously I'll leave 3mm there, and then I'll put a little latch over so the door can open and close nicely, so we're all sorted there. So that'll be that bit, and then all we're going to do now is I'm going to fix this leg on, the hinge side. You fix the hinge side on first and make sure all that's level. Once you've got that done, and basically then you can start obviously fitting the door, and then all we'll do then is I'll fit the other side, the other bit, and I'll wind everything in, which I'll show you in a bit, and that'll line everything up lovely, ready for the door to go in. So with that said, I'll get cracked on with that, and we'll get this door hung. So that's it for this episode now. Obviously the video was getting too long, so I had to stop it there. But as you can see, the door frame's in now. So that's in the next episode, will be about how I'm fitting the doors. So if I'd just like to turn around and say thanks very much for watching. If you like what I'm doing, if you could subscribe or thumbs up, that would be great. And I'd like to see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you there.